When I ask you what research is, we can all agree that research is when a group of people or individuals work to find a new solution to a problem. So, now my biggest question is, why is almost all research geared towards the future? So, let me clarify my question further. Imagine that you don't know how to make a simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and your mom wrote down the recipe on a piece of paper. The problem is, you don't have the patience to find and read the recipe to make the sandwich. So one morning, when you're getting ready to go to school and you want your favorite sandwich for breakfast, you don't know how to make it, and you forgot that your mom wrote the recipe on a piece of paper. Sadly, you waste time experimenting with different things and you don't get your sandwich. Now, the recipe was right in front of your eyes. You just needed to think back to whether your mom might have written out a recipe out for you. I know that this example is kind of goofy, but it holds a common ideology behind the greater example that I'm about to talk about. Instead of researching our past to see if we already had answers for several questions, we have been placing more importance on future endeavors to give us answers. I'm not saying we don't have any research from the past, I'm just saying it's not enough. Many ancient civilizations have already figured out answers to questions we have in our present moment. Let me give you a few examples of this situation. Adam's Bridge, also called Ram Setu in India, is a set of floating stones that connects India to Sri Lanka. Now, this was a bridge mentioned in an ancient Hindu scripture that describes a journey from India to Sri Lanka. According to NASA, the bridge is nearly 30 miles long. They were able to see that these stones were not natural formations. The stones themselves, NASA believes, comes from a place far away from the bridge and are extremely heavy to have been carried by humans. Surprisingly, the ancient Hindu scripture mentions that 8 men had helped with placing these stones across the ocean. These floating stones have lasted for nearly 7,000 years. Imagine how strong and durable the stone must be in order to withstand this duration. I'm sure we've all heard of the stone pumice, which is commonly used in construction and the beauty industry. This stone can float in water, so this shows us that there is a need for stone with floating capabilities in today's society. So why don't we all know about this stone at Ram Setu that is extremely strong, man-made, and highly durable? Scientists claim that they're not able to get enough funding to research more onto Ram Setu, but space and other research programs seems to be getting a lot of funding. Why is this invention from the past not useful for us now? Alright, now let's leave Ram Setu alone now. Let me teach you a mathematical trick, because why not? I'll give you 4 seconds. Go ahead and multiply 72 times 11. The answer is 792. Can't do it that fast? Here's how Vedic math teaches us to multiply any number by 11. Add 7 plus 2, which equals 9, and you put that number between 7 and 2 from the number 72, forming the answer 792. You don't believe me? Try out a few numbers for yourself. Okay, so another trick Vedic math teaches us is squaring numbers. Here's an example. See how fast it is to square numbers the Vedic way? So why are we learning the math the hard way if there are ways to do the same computations faster? Wouldn't our lives be so much more easier when we have to square and multiply big numbers really fast in our exams and test if we knew how to do this? Once again, this was not a recent mathematical innovation. Vedic math has been around for centuries. Now, a lot of people may be realizing that I've only focused on Indian origin. This is because of my origin, ethnicity, and from the facts that I've been naturally exposed to. If I were to give you an example that's not of Indian origin, the Stonehenge would be a great example. No one knows what the purpose of it is, but still remains one of the 7 world wonders. There have been few theories, but they haven't been confirmed yet. Needless to say, just because I haven't mentioned all the cultures that have ancient knowledge doesn't mean there isn't any. There are many other religions that go beyond proving scientific theories, but still gone undiscovered. The question is, what are we going to do about it?